41-year-old man in China's eastern province has been confirmed the first human case of infection with H1N03 strain of bird flu. And this has been informed by China's National Health Commission. Obviously, the first case that has been reported of human transmission in China. This is something that is leaving, as of now, many wanting to know about the origin and also about the impact it could have in the days to come. We are joined by Dr. Anil Arora, Dr. Professor Anil Arora on the broadcast. Welcome to this show, Dr. Arora. It's really a pleasure to have you here this morning. How do you read initially this episode of human transmission of this avian influenza?
Yeah, this is the first case report of an unusual strain which is very rarely reported. In fact, once you have wild birds which are intermixing with the poultry all over the China, frequently they keep on reporting isolated cases. But the avian flu which had occurred, which was called H1N03, that had a mortality of about 300 people. 300 people were affected by that. But with this present strain which has been reported yesterday, there is an isolated single case which is known to be present in the wild birds. No human-to-human transmission has been reported in this. This patient has already recovered. It is a 41-year-old gentleman. We still do not have the details as what had happened to him, but he has already recovered, and hopefully it should not lead to the spread of the disease.
Right, Dr. Rohan, also given the fact that the ongoing debate as of now on the origin of COVID-19 still hasn't found a closure. Now, with this sort of scenario coming in, God forbid it should not cross the borders from China, but do you think it puts pressure on China and puts it on a spot once again, and now the world would be watching it more closely, that what does it do in order to contain it this time?
Yeah, you see, if you look at the origin of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, we still do not know.
Right.
Extensive theories have been floating. Problem is, it is very difficult to bring China to the fore. It has not still submitted the data of the total number of the cases it has had, the mortality which has occurred because of the coronavirus infection, and how quickly and how well they were able to control the pandemic. There have been speculations of this being a lab-generated virus. By retro-engineering, they were able to get something meant for bio-warfare, but this is all speculation. I think once we have a potent body like WHO or UN, all the countries should come together with a common platform, forgetting about the differences, to come to the origin of this theory of COVID-19 infection. If it was a natural infection, we should accept it, but if it was a bio-warfare, then it is high time we unitedly fight. It is not easy for one country to fight the economy and the military might of China, but if we all come together, certainly we will be able to nail them down in case there is a problem. If it is a natural disaster resulting because of the natural changes in the ecology or the human behavior, then we must adhere to that.
Right. Dr. Arora, stay with us. We are also joined by former Secretary of IMA here on the broadcast. Sir, one question that comes to our mind is the fact that now for any country, in fact the neighbors, the immediate neighbors like India and other South Asian countries, do you think immediate action and measures should be taken here as well in order to contain it, or whether we should be waiting and watching to see how it further spreads within China?
Under the backdrop of fact that, we have gone through such a catastrophic pandemic, I think our vigilance team, for that matter, all the international agencies should join hand, and they should go into the depth of what has happened with the H1N03, which has been diagnosed. This is the first case in the humans, and whether it has the potentials to go to a catastrophic pandemic or not, we should investigate it. And under the backdrop of, again, a fact that the way that China has, the way that this Wuhan virus has created so many, has caused so many deaths in the world, and again under the views of the fact that China has not maintained transparency in that, WHO was not made accessible to the data and to the lab to that extent, and there was an opacity in the process, and moreover, how China has controlled it, how China developed the vaccine, it is all behind the curtain. So, just to have more transparency, international transparency, and we should have a global cooperation from China, and we should, right now the Chinese agencies are telling that it is a low virulent virus which doesn't have any potential to cause the pandemic. But having said that, we should be extremely careful on it. And there is nothing wrong in getting a virological and epidemiological study on this virus, why it has come out. And I must also tell you one thing, there is a big amount of speculations, and it is likely that COVID was engineered. It was engineered in the lab of Wuhan. And it is not only Dr. Ravi Malik who is saying, it is also the former secretary of USA and the responsible people like UK vaccine minister who has raised these objections that it has been made. And even the virologists are of the opinion, the way the 4 spike proteins were there and they were all positively charged. So generally these type of positively charged spikes, they don't occur together. So not going in the technical details of that, but there is all suspicion that the genome of this virus was being fiddled by humans. And probably it is a leak or whatever is the reason. So, and I must also bring to your notice one more thing, that bioterrorism will be more devastating and dangerous than even the nuclear weapon, because nuclear weapon is going to affect a particular city, country or this thing. But these kind of bioterrorist attacks can involve the whole world and can have a big toll on human race, not only their lives and health, but also on the economy. So under all these facts, I think a thorough investigation needs to be done so that we understand what is happening over there in China.
Dr. Ravi Malik and Dr. Anil Arora, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this new development coming from China. And obviously, this is not the end of the story that is coming in from China. We'll keep tracking all the details. Thank you so much, meanwhile, both the doctors for joining the panel today. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.